Hey kid, come here. Sit down, right there. I see you. I see that look in your eyes. Confused, scared, lost. But let me tell you something. Life doesn't make room for the weak. Not here. Not anywhere. You think you've got it tough. Kid, you don't even know the half of it. Look around you. This world, this cruel, twisted, unforgiving world, owes you nothing. Life's a joke, a cruel, sick joke. You think it's fair? It's not. You come into this world with nothing, and you leave with nothing, and everything in between. It's pain, suffering, and struggle. Most people don't get it. They live in some fantasy, expecting happiness, success, love. It's all just supposed to fall into their laps. But reality is a beast. It's ruthless, relentless, with sharp teeth and a hunger for misery. It preys on the weak and spits them out like they never mattered. You want to survive. You want to thrive in this world. Then toughen up, because life doesn't hand out participation trophies. It doesn't care if you're tired, scared, or broken. Life keeps going, and it'll run you over if you can't keep up. You think you've suffered? You think you know what pain is? Kid, you haven't even scratched the surface. Real suffering is watching everything you care about turn to dust. It's seeing the people you love betray you. It's losing everything again and again until there's nothing left but numbness, until you can't feel anything anymore. But that's the thing. You've got to feel it. You've got to embrace the pain, because pain shapes you. Suffering molds you. It's the fire that forges steel. You either come out stronger and harder, or you burn to ashes. And let me tell you, no one cares about the ashes. Look at me. Really look at me. You think I got here because life was kind to me, because it was easy. No, I've been through hell and back. I've seen the worst this world has to offer, and I'm still standing. You know why? Because I accepted it. I embraced the chaos, the pain, the suffering. I let it carve me into something more. And you've got to do the same. You've got to dig deep, deeper than you ever thought possible. And when you hit what feels like your limit, you dig even deeper. That's where you find out who you really are. Not in the good times, but in the darkest moments, in the depths of suffering. People will tell you it gets better. They'll say if you just hold on, things will improve. Lies. Sweet little lies meant to pacify you, to keep you from tearing this world apart. The truth? It doesn't get better. It gets worse. And you either adapt, grow stronger, or you get crushed. It's that simple. There's no room for weakness, no place for self. Pity. You think anyone cares if you're struggling. If you're in pain, they don't. They'll step over you without a second glance, because everyone's fighting their own battles. Everyone's drowning in their own misery. So what do? You take that suffering and you turn it into fuel. Let it drive you. Let it ignite a fire in your veins that keeps you moving forward. Because if you stop even for a second, it will consume you. It will drag you down into a pit so deep you'll never climb out. And don't expect handouts. Don't expect sympathy or understanding. The world doesn't have time for that. You're on your own, kid. Always have been. Always will be. The sooner you accept that, the sooner you stop being a victim and start being a survivor. You've got to be ruthless. With yourself. With others. There's no room for softness in a world this cruel. You either eat or you get eaten. And you've got to be willing to do whatever it takes to survive. No matter how dirty, how painful, how brutal. Do what you've got to do and keep moving. You think the strong got where they are by being nice, by playing fair. No, they clawed, they fought, they bled for it. They fought. They bled for it, and you've got to be ready to do the same. Ready to embrace the darkness inside you. because that's the only way you're going to make it. Stop waiting for things to get better. Stop waiting for a miracle. There are no miracles. There's only you and your will to survive, your will to endure, your will to overcome. And that kid is something no one can take from you. Not the pain, not the suffering, not this cruel, unforgiving world. Look in the mirror. Look at the person staring back at you. That's your enemy. That's the person you've got to conquer. The person you've got to make stronger. Because if you can do that, if you can turn yourself into someone unbreakable, then there's nothing this world can throw at you that you can't handle. Suffer, kid. Embrace it. Let it break you. And then put yourself back together. Piece by piece. Stronger than before. Because in the end, it's the suffering that will save you. So get up. Wipe those tears. Clench your fists. And get ready to fight. This world isn't going to give you anything. You've got to take it. You've got to demand it. And you've got to demand it. And you've got to make damn sure you're strong enough to keep it. You must suffer. But through that suffering, you will find your strength. You will find your power. And you will find your place in this world. Not as a victim. Not as a force to be reckoned with. A force that nothing and no one can stop. So go, suffer, endure, and become the legend you were meant to be.